Welcome to RNG Unfiltered with your boys Ricky
and Gab. Welcome to Life Talks.
This one's Life Talks, a bit different than our other eps.
Yep.
But it's something we felt would be good separate.
And
it gives
so
us
it's
more of a more relaxed,
Yeah.
just chat about anything sort of thing, or just shit that's happened, you know?
Yeah, so the whole Life Talks idea of the segment, or this whole Life Talks episode or series, so we'll be having two separate series running along. You've obviously watched our Pop Cultured, as you guys are all aware. Those are the ones that we generally speak about.
Pop culture things.
Yeah, pop culture things. Topics of the day or whatever. In a previous episode, you would have seen them all.
Yeah.
This one's going to be more dedicated towards, today's episode will be more dedicated about us and what we do for work and kind of where we want to go in a few years.
Just
but
a few things that
about us at the moment. But
what's going on?
yeah, later on down the track, it'll be stuff to do with more
Anything.
everyday topics, things with thing that's going on in life. So whether it be an event in our lives, whether it be an event in the current world, whether it be a situation that's going on that you guys are aware of at the time.
Crocs.
Yeah, Crocs are getting a mention every episode now, apparently. But yeah, so in this case, we're not starting with monsters today. One, if it's a Life Talks, you may as well not do something stupid.
It's just
we're gonna
water.
Start us off with a cheers anyway. Cheers to the series. We're doing water. You know, you got to stay healthy. You know, you got to be healthy. We're talking about our lives. We're talking
water,
about.
I just want to start off.
Yep.
Not start off, but say, give a thumbs up if you're a tap water or a bottled water kind of person. Because I'm not a tap water person.
Yeah, but you still drink it at room temperature though, right?
Yeah,
you don't drink it like refrigerated water, do you?
Nah, not really.
Yeah, see, I don't drink refrigerated. I'm a tap water. I drink I'm happy with bottle. I'm happy with tap.
Yeah.
As long as it's not cold. I like having
I would
somewhat
say,
warmish water.
I got this
Hydro flask or whatever
it's
they're
called Aqua Flask. It's already got a dent, but what I like is when it's cold, like from the weather.
Yeah. So
Like,
it's naturally cold.
Yeah, like I fucking love that sort of cold water.
Yeah.
Sort of thing, but if it's refrigerated, it depends on like the day. If it's hot.
Yeah, if it's a hot day and I've done
I'll have
sport
it.
all day, sometimes
Yeah.
some cold water is nice, but then give me a cold beer. I'll have a cold beer if I've been working outside all day and then I'm covered in.
I was gonna say I don't remember the last time I had a beer, but I had one last week.
Yeah, probably.
No, you came over.
Oh, yeah, we
After
did.
my-
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
After his...
I had a car accident.
Yep.
Yes.
I think we mentioned it in one of the Pop Cultured episodes.
Yeah, you'll hear it.
Hear about it probably more later on. He... that was good fun.
A big boo boo.
Yeah. I did a boo-boo.
But
I did boo-boo.
Just blessed and grateful.
Yeah, blessed to be here. Blessed to
yeah,
be a part of the world
just
still, I guess.
grateful that I wasn't injured.
Yeah.
Because it could have.
Could have been very, very severe.
Could have been a lot worse than what I came out with. It was just some whiplash and a little scratch.
Yep.
And we'll get a CT scan soon, so hopefully nothing more severe. Just in case. I'd rather be safe than...
Exactly. When it comes to personal health, better be safe than sorry.
Yeah,
always.
Especially when it's a crash that's significant.
Yeah.
And, your spine's quite... it fucking helps you with everything.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It's something... I haven't done any exercise just in case.
Yep.
Either.
Taking it slow, taking it easy. That's kind of what you got to do anyway.
Which I kind of hate because right now my muscles feel cramped because I'm not exercising or gymming so much. I'm before I was flexing my bicep just to feel and it was cramping up. I'm fuck, I need to go back to the gym.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'll wait, give myself body actual time to rest, which I don't do.
Yeah.
Which, I don't
he never
stop.
rests.
I never stop. So
Non-stop.
It's been a in a way blessing in other aspects too of actually sitting down and taking time to let everything decompress.
Yep.
So, that's how it is.
Giving him some time off work and life, I guess.
Yeah.
Topic of work. Did you like to
I do disability, NDIS. I don't know if anyone knows support work. is
Any of the listeners?
Is the title, which I say disability just because it's a bit easier for people
to understand.
Yeah, it's not the like physical disability like quadriplegic or like amputee. It's to do with like autism and intellectual, which is quite fun because you can do a lot of stuff in it. It's kind of like being a big kid, but also like a parent at the same time. It's like
an older brother or something.
Yeah, because like with all the work, I've done it for 6 years, 5, 6 years.
2018.
No, it was 2019.
So that's 5 years now. Yeah. So
5 years. So like,
for those who can't do math, 2019, 2024, there's 5 years between 19 and 24.
But you go from like doing community service. Do you know what it is? Community service.
Do I know what community service is?
Like in disability support.
Oh, in disability. No, sorry, in disability. I don't know.
So it's kind of just like I think it's community access.
Yeah.
And where you go out into the public and take them to like movies or the zoo or just teaching them life skills, which is I think in a way goes not underappreciated, but unseen a lot of the time.
Overlooked.
Yeah, because like you could be working for like with a kid or whoever for so long, and then from say 1 month to 3 months, you've taught someone how to tie a shoe.
Yeah.
Which is like I know that's basic for like a lot of people, but it's one of those things where it takes 3 months to like teach.
And that's how it works, right? So the whole idea is this person has a disability to actually be learning as quick as the common.
So it depends on the person really, but it's fun. Like I've enjoyed it ever since. Like
I think it's one of those like rewarding jobs where like you get a lot of personal reward, like not personal, but like you see a lot of progress and you get rewarded with that progress, right? Because you're like, I've been a part of this. I was the one that helped, like develop this person to be.
It's funny because like you don't really realize a lot of the time. Well, for me, I don't realize. I think it's just part of like me. Like I don't. Like I'll look at it in a year. I'll be like, damn, I've done so much, but I don't really realize.
You don't notice it till much later down the line, I guess. Like it's not.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's it's just how it's been for a while.
Yeah.
Even with just normal stuff, I don't really realize how much I've done.
How far you've gone until you look back. I think that's everyone in life, right? In general, when you're going by your day-to-day life, you're just busy. Everyone's constantly moving. No one actually looks up to look back to see the road that they've traveled.
Yeah, I think a lot of the thing is as well is like, because I'm so like non-stop.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people
might be the same.
Might be the same, but I don't really sit down for like reflection.
Self-reflection,
but in saying that, I do. Like I've make sure to sit down and reflect in the moment.
Yeah.
So I'll learn my reflections in the moment, but then do some shower thoughts and be like, I do shower thoughts.
Shower thoughts.
But I love shower thoughts. You like sit, like you have the...
See, I shower with music on, so like I do think, like I do like use music as like a backdrop, but yeah, just sitting under the water, if it's like a nice, like you have the water going on and just...
hot day. No, cold
hot shower.
Day. Yeah, hot shower. You have a hot shower, you start of it with lukewarm, and you just let it like wash off everything, and you're like...
Exactly, that sigh of just...
And then the best part is matching it with fresh sheets.
Yeah, have like a fresh set of sheets. You've just come out of the shower. Yeah. You've had a long day. You've just had a nice long 5-minute shower. I'd say that's a long one, but warm. Get yourself reset. Just get into bed. Put on a show or something, or even read a book if you are someone who reads a book.
Yeah, it's weird. I normally do like movie.
Yeah, a movie.
I try
horror movies. He does horror. I can't. I don't get it, bro. You have to have something with you where you relax on horror movies. It's just,
bro, I find it funny. Some of them funny.
I know they're funny. Like, horror movies, they're not necessarily scary as much as it's like a pop-up and it just comes out of nowhere and you get flinched. But like, it's just for someone to sit down and like gain serenity from.
I think if because like my brain is constantly working.
Yeah.
It's like it's one of those things where the jump scare, it's just like
Resets it.
Okay, cool. It's
yeah,
like
fair enough, bro.
whatever, because of like
to each their own, right?
the ticky, like my brain's constantly ticking, so I'm like putting it on, and I'm like, oh, dun
yeah. Dun
But
enough
enough of me. What do you do for work?
What do I do for work, eh? I deal with I work for the grid, essentially, the power grid.
Like, what's your job title?
My job title is my actual job title is Planned Works Notification Officer. So I deal with planned works on the power lines. I deal with planning the work, helping plan out the work. So I mainly deal with notifications and analysis. I'm more of a data analyst as opposed to a planner. So we have people that work in the team that I'm part of. They're all planners. So they all plan jobs on the network for maintenance, for bushfire mitigation, everything else. Like they do all the planning work and everything like that. Whereas I mainly, because I just started, I'm new into the team. I'm more of a grunt as opposed to an actual planner.
Did you with being a part of the new team, is it like, do you control the team or do you like?
No. So this team, I went from kind of somewhat managing my previous team into a whole new team, and I'm like at the bottom of the food chain. So,
okay.
but
so
like
it's like a whole new like.
Yeah, so I worked closely with these guys for the whole year last year.
Yeah.
Whilst I was managing the other team, or somewhat managing, like I was helping lead them and giving them the workload and distributing the workload and stuff like that. And then I moved while I was working alongside these guys. Now I've been pushed into their team, and so now I specialize in like making reports and analyzing our workflow and our customer experiences. And I try to make the customer experience as good as possible with our company. So I deal with a few customer cares, where they're called cases where customers call up about a complaint, like, oh, is my power really turning off, or can you move the date of the planned outage? Can you do this? Can you do that? I'll have to deal with the conversation like, hey, look, we can or we can't, depending on the situation. I had a big issue the other day with a hospital and a builder. They didn't get on the same page, and I had to try and find a nice middle ground for them. So,
and with you being in this role, is it a new role?
So that this whole role got. This is a whole new role to the company. I'm the first one to do it.
So they're pretty much, in a way, sort of like, you're the test dummy.
Pretty much. And like, so what my boss said when he hired me, he goes, I'll give you this role, do this job. Now, do it in a way, make it a role that the company can't live without. He goes, do it your way, but make it so valuable that we look back in 5 years from now, we go, how the fuck did we do this before you were here?
Yeah.
So that's the advice he gave me when I started this job.
Oh, that's cool.
And I'm like, look, like 100% accept that. And so I'm trying to, make my effort. I do my job wherever I can, like improve it as much as I can, work as much as I can deal with. I'm in the process of working with one of the other engineers sort of thing, like developers, and we work really well to like improve the whole system and improve everything. So like I deal with the grid, so like power on, like I also help with emergencies. So we had a massive storm in February. I'm pretty sure you heard about the storms.
Oh, yeah,
like we had those that weekend where the storms were chaotic. All of Victoria copped it. Like we lost a third of our customers were off supply for a few days. Oznet lost a shit ton more than we did, like just because of we had power lines, the massive metal power lines. 6 of those folded in half. Like they were gone, bro.
That's crazy.
Like you look at the photos, and maybe if I can find the photo, I'll put it up on the screen for those who are actually watching. But like it was like holy crap.
Yeah.
Like, and that explains why so many people were out of power for so long, because you got to deal with all these maintenance works and stuff like that.
How long did it take them to like?
So those power lines, they got replacement. So they get them fed from different. They get them backfed. So they feed all these feeders from a different point, different supply point, essentially from a different feeder or whatever. Yeah. And then those things take ages to actually build and replace, but they have other intermediate kind of things going on right now to keep the power flowing. I'm not sure exactly what Oznet is doing, because they're a whole different company to us, and I'm not too sure with what the process is for that, because I don't deal with that, to be honest. I'm more of like I said, I deal with planned works, not faults.
I assume those big like power lines would take a few months, if not.
I got told that might take 9 months for those things to actually get reinstalled, like them, because they have to rebuild them, rebring them, reset them up, and
like,
get them all sorted.
Like with such big power lines, they bring them in increment, like the sections.
Yeah, maybe like they'll do like a poll at a time or whatever. Sure. Yeah, I don't know the process. For anyone in the comments who actually might know the process, obviously they can enlighten people, but I don't know the process too much. Like I said, I deal mainly with planned works, not unplanned outages. Yeah. So like. But yeah, when we have big emergencies, I'm starting to get more involved in the emergency process because when you have that all down, it becomes more hands on deck, right? Yeah. So we have to we cancel all planned work. We have to go and start helping people, dispatching the teams, getting all the paperwork sorted, making sure everything's done safely, because our job is risk. Like people out on the field are at risk. Yeah, and if we can't make sure their job is safe and something goes wrong to them, a life is lost, not... Yeah. Like, it is risky. So people have to be on the ball. People have to be aware. People have to be all working together. And at the same time, we live off power, bro. We live off power, right? So if we sit down and the power goes out and someone's like, I need power, we're trying our best to get them back on as soon as possible as well.
I love little side thing as well. Yep. Like, I love all the alternate powers, like the wave. Have you seen the wave generated power?
What do you mean?
Like, instead of electricity, like, it provides electricity, but it's powered by waves. So the waves generate electricity.
Like ocean waves or sound waves?
Like ocean waves.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So when I say waves, I talk about ocean waves.
I was like, I'm confused what he's trying to tell me.
Ocean waves.
Yeah, look, there's lots of different alternate ways to make electricity.
I reckon it's just cool, though.
Yeah, like, no, it's definitely, like, if you actually go into the science of how electricity is generated and made and everything like that, it's interesting.
It kind of acts like... you know those big wooden...
Yeah, your water mills?
Yeah.
It's pretty... Essentially, yeah.
It's pretty much that, but in water.
Yeah, so they sit inside it when the water circulates through it, it rotates, and the rotation creates, like, it just creates energy, right? You're creating energy. You got to do something to create energy.
But have you seen all this stuff?
I haven't looked into it, no. I have to probably go look into that. I can't tell you yes or no about that. I can tell you about other alternate energies, but that not so much.
After, have a look.
Yeah, I'll have a look into it.
It's really interesting. It kind of acts... From what I remember, it's like a propeller. Yeah. And it just sort of, like...
Yeah.
Just spins due to the... Oh, no. It's either that or it just moves back and forth like a buoy underwater. And it... Like, it's pretty much movement generated.
Yeah. Like, so, that's how electricity is generated, right? In any case, if you can, like, when it comes to the water mills and put them under a waterfall, while that's rotating, it generates electricity from the rotations of the... It's
interesting, though. Give it a look.
I will. I'll have to go look into more into it. I have to go do a bit more research on my own part of things, because I probably don't have as much knowledge as I should when it comes to explaining this kind of thing, but...
No. It was just a little side thing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, but yeah, because there is heaps of alternative energies, right? And so one of our biggest issues at work at the moment is solar. Because when you're generating solar, you got all these people on a really hot summer's day, all this solar is getting generated, but it's not being used, and it gets pushed back into the grid.
Does that cause problems?
It does, because what happens is you've got fuses and you've got isolation points and everything. Like, you've got all these things that are on the network that are so used to running with this much electricity, and they're like, this LV line is only supposed to be pushing this much power. You're getting this much extra current or voltage or whatever it is that comes through that then blows up the fuse. The fuse blows and the whole street's out of power now. And now they're like, yo, what the hell? And you're like, okay, look, like, this is the reason for it. So there's our engineering teams are trying to find ways to obviously prevent that issue from happening, and they're constantly proactive about it, so we don't have many issues in that case, but it can cause faults because of the load. It just overloads the fuses, and the fuses are like, alright, goodbye, see ya, bitch.
It's interesting though, because like, I feel like this is just a thought on that. It would be cool if, like, not cool, but if they were able to redirect it into a battery.
So you can do that, right? So people that have batteries generally can.
No, I mean,
you mean for the
grid.
Unfortunately, it's expensive as
Oh,
like, it's those kind of things, like those kind of projects. They're looking into all of it. Our engineers are looking into absolutely everything, right? Like, not just pricing, it's also like material. Like, you got to find out the size of battery you need to carry like that many people. But you think about it, a 10 kilowatt battery that you get at home.
Yeah.
A Tesla battery is freaking 15, 18 grand.
Yeah.
I know they're not going to be in the same situation as that, because they only, like, these are more made for use, but like, it's just, I don't know what their processes are, but they do have lots of ways to work around it.
But it's just it's just like a thought.
Yeah, it is. It's very interesting. Like, for people that are into it, definitely read into like electricity.
Even for the grid though, just the grid wise, like, I feel, like, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like it would be in a way beneficial.
Oh, 100%. They're trying to find ways to do that. Yes.
If the fuse goes off, they can still power the houses from that, possibly.
It depends.
But, like,
Yeah, so that's where your other
like,
issue is like we always have. So if your fuse blows here, the rest of all the other streets have, but that spot where the fuse is blown, there's no power now running because you got like your fuse is like a cable, right? So imagine like a cable,
so it's
and
like
there's a
circuit
there's a mini thing in the middle of this whole one line.
Yeah.
If that breaks, electricity doesn't flow through anymore, right? So there you don't get any electricity there.
Yeah. No, I never.
So that's what fuses and blades are. So that's how you isolate the network. So when we do planned works and we have to remove this pole, they'll be on either. For example, if you're lucky enough and it's just a one pole and it's in between three or like a couple poles down, there's an isolator on each way.
Yeah.
They pull down. They're like these little clips and they pull them down and that disconnects the left side and the right side of the pole. It just disconnects them. And that then, if you do that on both sides of this pole. In that middle bit, there's no longer any electricity anymore.
No, that's why.
Yeah, it's if you actually go like I'm still learning. I'm still very new to this job. Yeah. I'm still very new to this whole electricity thing. I'm coming from an IT business background. I'm working in an electronical company, so I'm learning a lot to do with your fuses and your voltage and your backfeeding or your capabilities of your resources.
So pretty much like overall, it ends up being. Like a circuit.
Yeah, it's what a circuit breaker. Like when your house saw circuits, it's the exact same thing.
Yeah,
it disconnects the electricity to your house.
I was going off like just general. There's multiple points. Circuits. Sort of thing.
So it is a whole circuit.
With like this job, do you want to like go further in a higher position or what do you want from this?
Yeah, so I'd like to go. I'd like to make it further. I'd like to go up the chain, up into a management role. I always want to go up. Yeah. I'm always ambitious to go up. I want to make it much further than I am right now. Yeah. Like I'm not content. Like I'm happy where I am now, but I'm not content for this to be the rest of my life.
Yeah.
So I'll always sorry.
Damn, my ears hurt.
Yeah, listen, bro.
Listen.
But yeah, so I'm looking to go up. I'm looking to move forward and keep obviously getting somewhere I want to be. I'd like to, if I can make it from here to planning, start planning jobs, then from planning maybe dwell into might look into the controlling or dispatch side, or might look into the more like a development side of the business. Like I'm not too sure what the future holds. I'm just looking to move up. So.
Do you think you'll be there for a while, or do you?
I'd like to stay at the company as long as possible. Yeah. The company's a really good place to work for. The company's does very well for the people that work there as well, and the community's great. And the work I do is fun. It's always entertaining. Yeah. There's always shit that's going on. Yeah, sometimes it can be difficult, but that's everything, right? There's nothing in life that's easy.
And
for long.
Do you, with being a data analyst, because that's what you study?
I studied to be a BA, business analyst, data business analyst, something like that.
Is there possibilities for you to do it as a sole trader?
I could, yes. I think
or is it
doing
a bit harder to
when you do business analytics and you start you can be as a sole trader, like you can be someone as a BA for hire, right?
Yeah.
Companies our business needs to improve. Let's bring someone in to have a look at our company, gather all our data, see what we can improve on, and ask them for professional advice to make this a better company, right? To prove it. There is roles out there that are like that. I'm not sure if I would go towards that because, I feel like if you want your business to get bigger and you want someone, it's better to have a BA from within the company, someone who's got analytics experience that has been within your company for long enough, because then they understand everything. If you just get some guy from the outside, he knows the book side, but he doesn't know the field side. You know what I mean? I want to be able to get to that position where I really well understand the business part, but I also really understand how the linesmen's work and how our applicants are made and how all that whole work in the business is created for me to be able to then continue, to be the best of my ability to make sure that the company gets to where it needs to be. And I don't know if I'll be there forever. I don't know what my future entitles, right? I don't know if I'm gonna. I don't want it to be my end goal. Yeah. I want it to be if it does, I won't be upset. But if I can find another way to live a life that I actually. I think there is other things I want to do in my life to be a permanent thing, or another way to, make money, or whether it be, if this pops off and, for example, we go off to a situation where I can do this as a full-time job and I can work on this and I can work on other, maybe streaming or or streaming or YouTube or something like that, like those kind of things that I've always kind of wanted to do as a job. But I think those I'm gonna work on that on my available time, because I have a house and I got a fiance and I got things I got to worry about, so I can't just go and throw everything away and jump straight into it head first. So like I'll build this foundation within this company and work my way up and have the foundation, and if one of my other pathways decides to make me enough money that I can leave that path and then move on to forward, like, life come at me, bro. Like,
it's one of those cool things though, with doing like this sort of stuff, or even just like, like accounting or bookkeeping or stuff like that. It's like you could potentially become a sole trader for
you can make your way out.
And just do it as like a side as well. It's like
like you're saying, in that case, if I was, for example, this was to go and this was like pretty much a full-time job, I started investing my time and money into this or streaming or something, but then I also had the BA job as a sole trader, and like once a month do a job for a company and make a few $1,000s for the month to, get yourself sorted. It's be worth. But
been like, if you love it, you might as well stick around doing, like, you don't have to do it like full time, but just doing it like on the side, and that's kind of like me though. It's like I love where I am doing disability support.
So where would you want to move yours? Where would it be in the future, I guess?
I guess it's like, I wouldn't mind doing, it's called SIL. It's like all capitals. It's an abbreviation. Support in independent living. That's
the farm idea,
yeah? I've mentioned this
to me, but you can mention it to the rest of the people out there to hear what you're talking about.
Possibly doing like mini homes on like some acreage, like or farmland or whatever. But acreage, I would say acreage, like land, where they can come in and stay, and then sort of just like be with a support worker, just work like either camping or even having like, say, just a company on the land. Like, I don't know where it will go. It's just an idea.
These ideas that you want to work out in the future. So,
or even just have like the boys over, or just rent it out for like Airbnb. Sort of like just for the camping experience, or like
glamping experience.
Glamping, or like, all that.
Have a house out of Whoop Whoop where you can go do whatever the fuck you want.
And it's like they can come be NDIS provided, possibly. Like, I don't know, like where it's like an idea, not now, but
it's definitely like an end game goal sort of thing.
It's not end game, but like in the future where it's like one of those things where I can be like, I made this.
Yeah.
It's like
exactly.
Even have like maybe animals where they like help, or it's like they can stay there and work for the like business or whatever, like and look
give
after
them that,
the
like,
animals and just like see what it's like to work, and then just provide that sort of support whilst doing it. So it's like, it's one of those things where it's like on a storyboard. Just
should you be giving out your $1 million ideas too?
Like, it's probably already happened. It's probably already happened. But it's just like, it's just one of those things where I'm like, down the line, if it changes, it changes. But it's like, I've always also been interested in talking, like, podcasting, which we're doing now after like fucking 7 months of
7 months of trying, of developing.
And it's like, I don't even like, I just enjoy it for like the experience.
And so like, for the listeners out there, we are like, this is a new experience for us, and we are still learning, developing, and this all is, we're loving it. We're loving it.
It's not like anything's changed. We just fucking talk, but at the same time, like today, I know what Gab does. But like, I haven't asked him further of like, how does the grid work? Or, like the fuse. I'm like, I didn't even know about that like till now. It's like acting as a circuit. Sort of thing. So it's us giving to you, but you giving to us.
Of course.
not like in a like as a community.
Yeah,
in a way, and
we family.
It just reminds me of all the Vin Diesel.
The Vin Diesel. Family.
But yeah, it's like I enjoy just like living in the moment.
Yeah.
You know, like when I say living in the moment, I mean like as this has happened, like developed, it's like who knows where this will take us.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
everything, you got to experience everything, right? You got to try your best to do
like,
what you
even
can.
after the crash, it's like it was like it's a lesson of like probably it was meant to be for some reason.
Yeah.
Like it's probably stopped something
else
from possibly being worse.
Yeah.
And taking me to step back and be like,
yeah.
Oh, all right, cool.
Enjoy it, mate. Live in the moment.
Like,
Live in the moment
yeah,
more.
Bet. Like easy.
Say less, G.
Say less.
Say less, G.
I'm here with a small scratch.
Yep.
And, you know, just some whiplash. But we'll see after the scan.
But yeah.
I don't think it will be anything anyway.
Yeah, hopefully not, bro.
Yeah.
We all bless.
Yeah.
Yeah. Prayer to the Lord Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Well, that's our intro to what we do and who we are, I guess, and what we want to be.
Yeah, and also life talks, you know.
Yeah, intro to life talks, intro to us. It'll go more down the route of like everyday conversations of things that are happening around us. But for now, we thought we'd give you guys an insight of what we actually do, what our backgrounds are.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Way, like you kind of gauge who we were
from the pilot and from what we do over the last couple episodes anyway. But it's just insight, you know.
Yeah,
we open to everybody.
Just more serious stuff, like talking about like the crash or like
which we again still haven't mentioned twice now, but haven't talked about. We'll talk to you about that probably on the next one.
Just
but
just as a opening, like
intro
of like opening of like what's to come down in fucking life talks, dog.
Well, that's life talks with RNG Unfiltered.
Yes. RNG Unfiltered.
We out.